Let's queer up education. Florida laws against diversity exclude universities from Best of the Best awards. In August 2023, Campus Pride made the difficult decision to exclude colleges and universities in Florida and Texas from the Best of the Best LGBTQ+-friendly colleges and universities list, regardless of their ranking on the Campus Pride Index. This decision was made after the passage of laws in both states that effectively prohibit colleges and universities from operating LGBTQ+ inclusive programs and other diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. The inevitable consequence of these laws will be to eliminate the types of LGBTQ+ friendly policies, programs, and practices that they ask about and evaluate on the Campus Pride Index. Many campuses in Florida and Texas have previously demonstrated a commitment to LGBTQ+ inclusion. However, the new laws will negatively impact their ability to continue to offer LGBTQ+ inclusive programs and services and to foster safe, welcoming environments for LGBTQ+ students. 4 universities excluded from the 2023 Best of the Best LGBTQ-friendly listing include the University of Texas at Dallas, Texas Tech University, the University of Central Florida, and the University of North Florida. Campus Pride concluded that it could not recommend the excluded universities on the Best of the Best list. However, these Florida and Texas campuses still appear on the Campus Pride Index with their respective star ratings, along with others from the 2 states. This is just another example of how far-reaching this hateful Florida Republican agenda really is. Why would any LGBTQ+ college student want to go to school here? Why would any LGBTQ+ instructors want to teach here? This is going to result in a severe brain drain.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, again, like, how can you blame them, right? Just like you said, Greg, in good conscience, how can they tell people to come here? You know, the reality is, folks, that everybody at this table is here and we're fighting, right? We ain't got no choice. We're already here. All right. But like, why would I tell somebody to go through the extra crap that you have to go through by living in this state? You know, I have to agree with them, you know, to not, I mean, I would love this place to be filled with LGBTQ people up to the, you know, and say, hey, take these 2 middle fingers, right? But the reality is that life is hard enough as a student. And to have to come here with all this extra hate on top of it, it's hard to tell somebody, hey, you should come to Florida. Disney, it's a great place. It's hard.
I agree. Especially college is when you find so much out about yourself and who you are. And so how many of us actually explored their discover that they were gay during college? And part of that is having a community. You do need to go where you can find people your age that understand what you're going to, that get your cultural references. And unfortunately, they can't do it while drinking Coppertone in Florida.
I'm really torn on this story and the reporting from Campus Pride. And please send all of your criticisms to faywhat.com. But I'm torn. Campus Pride takes from my seat a little bit of a cheap shot. And the reason is I went to UCF. UCF is one of the great campuses in America embracing the LGBTQ community. That has not changed one iota. The interaction of what the state allows from the legislative process and the governor's office is a bit different and will curtail some activities on the campus. But the embracement of LGBT on the campus and the embracement by one of the largest LGBT student organizations in America on the campus of UCF, that will not change one iota. The proof of that is that Campus Pride continues to go, well, here's the star rating. So we're not saying you're one of the best schools for LGBT embracement in America, but oh wait, look at your star, because University of Central Florida has always had that star. So I'm torn here a little bit of the politics of the pylon on Florida. I do not disagree with a single word that came out of y'all's mouth, except Campus Pride is doing a little pylon. The other thing that I'm also concerned about in Campus Pride, making this distinction of this hair split of what they've done, is it does not say to someone, choose not to come to Florida, it says choose not to come to the University of Central Florida. Campus Pride does not vigorously and loudly say, well, there's another great exception to this story in Florida, and it's right here in our backyard at the University of Miami. It is not affected by anything that the state of Florida or the governor's done because they're private. They are one of the best LGBT embraced universities in America on that campus, one of the great gay student union organizations on that campus. But because we're focusing on the politics of Florida, the University of Miami is not loudly trumpeted as, oh, but by the way, and it seems to me to prove that there's a lot of politics.
They're not offering alternatives.
They're not speaking up against the idea of the politics. They're actually, in a way, participating with it. And from that standpoint, I have a bit of a problem with this story. Campus Pride does an outstanding job. My notes have no reflection on how great they are, except like much of the advocacy going on in LGBT in Florida, especially organizations outside the state, they're following the political path, exactly the opposite of the political path that our governor is doing. And I think that they're better than that, and I really wish they wouldn't do that. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.